Hello, everybody. Welcome into Tiger Talks. And for this episode, we are of the show that is making its return this upcoming Saturday. That, of course, being tonight's main event. I am your host, Tony. Fluffy Ventura. Eddie, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, McMahon. Like I said to you, if we're going to see this thing, we're going to make it right because it's Saturday night main event, McMahon. You get it right, jabroni.
But so what we're going to kind of do things a little different, so as to speak, just you guys won't be able to see it because they would give me a copyright. You'll kind of hear it in the background here, and then we'll just talk about each segment and match after they are done. And like I said, it'll be a little different than what we're used to, but that's you guys, the viewers, react to that. And because we could potentially, with our Starcade retrospective, we'll be doing it in a couple weeks, or any other kind of retrospective that we do as well.
Oh yeah, we could go above and beyond. I mean, hey, we're Tiger Talk Wrestling. We do it. We do it the hard way, and we just love keep doing it.
And we also just hope that the connection stays there and doesn't go.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. We could replace you with the Red Rooster.
How rude. No Terry Taylor taking my.
I know. I'm sorry, folks. I've been watching a lot of Saturday Night's Main Event, and like the one I'm right now is so much of Terry Taylor as the Red Rooster versus the Brooklyn Brawl. I'm like, why did this match even happen? You know?
Yeah, I believe it. So yes, we are going back in time. Yeah, I'll let you talk. 1985, very first Saturday Night's Main Event. Where did that happen?
It happened at the Uniondale, where they're having it this Saturday night at the Uniondale and Nassau Coliseum in New Jersey. Right across the street from, not right across the street, but it's in the same, it's in the New York area.
Right. Happens this Saturday at Saturday Night's Main Event. We might discuss that a little bit after we're done with the retrospective. After we're done watching / listening to this version of Saturday Night's Main Event. We'll see. All right, I'm going to push play and we'll hear that. As it starts off with champion at that point in time and Cyndi Lauper as well.
Oh, the great Cyndi Lauper. And still to this day, I still to this day can't figure out why Cyndi Lauper is not in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, she definitely should be. My main man, Mr. That's right, Hulk, baby. Ain't that fool in the ring? You're gonna have to be. I'll put it at fool. You know, I'll tell you that fool too. So kick back and for Saturday. I love that they're going back to the retro music too this upcoming Saturday night.
Oh, definitely. I cannot wait. You know, one thing I'm hoping that they do, they go back to the retro interviews before the show starts.
What's that?
The retro interviews, like they just did. That would be awesome.
Bring it back when they had the show back on in 2006 to 2008. Yeah. That's how the show usually started. So I'm assuming that's how. course, Kane was on commentary back then that you will not hear on commentary this year. But the body had revealed he will be on call episodes of Saturday Night's Main Event each year.
That's going to be good. We needed the body back. It wouldn't be a Saturday Night's Main Event without Jesse the Body Ventura.
Right? I don't really hear any music, but here out cover the first match. Not just Iron Sheik, but
wow, what a team.
yeah. Georgiano Steel was a huge point in time.
Yeah, I think he became a face. I think he became a face when Randy Savage came in.
Sounds about right. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a USA. Yeah, guys, Rotundo and Wyndham, but he's got to have that leg. Got to have his own cultural thing. And Captain Lou wearing a shirt, but it's
look at that lineup for the first match. Hall of Famers against Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you have
these men really when you count the
managers. Yeah, when you have Captain Lou Albano and you have the great classy Freddie Blassie, who managed Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, one point. Yeah, I do remember that. Hatui! You gotta love Iron Sheik.
Hey, who doesn't love Sheiky, baby? I mean, the Iron Sheik, man, hands down, one of the kindest gentlemen I ever met as a kid. You know, I didn't understand one word the hell he said, but he was the nicest gentleman in the world.
To be honest, one of the greatest heels of all time.
And nobody knows this. Nikolai Volkov didn't know any word of the Russian national anthem. They made that song up for him to think it was the national Russian anthem. Nobody knew that wasn't even the national. If you hear it, it's not what Nikolai Volkov sang.
Yeah, I guess would even question it because you couldn't go online and really check it out.
Most definitely. Hey,
Eddie,
Daryl,
one half of the Jefferson Road Warriors.
Hey, thanks, Daryl. Thanks for coming in. I gotta say, oh, what a rush!
Captain Lewis Albano.
But one thing people don't really know, Captain Lou Albano, I'm going to say this, he hated Vince McMahon.
Surprising with how long Captain Lou was in WWF.
Most definitely. But look at the team managed to the tag team titles.
Yeah, there was quite a few people that he did.
He managed the Bloodline. He managed the Wild Samoans to the tag team titles. He managed the Headstringers, Rikishi and Samu to the tag team titles, and there's some other teams he did too.
Well, he was a manager when Wyndham made titles too, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was. And nobody else knows this, but Hulk Hogan's song "Real American" was supposed to be for Rotundo and Wyndham, but they switched it to Hogan.
Yeah, I think they even used it for brief.
Yeah.
Yeah. She getting it from all sides of the team.
And if anybody goes to YouTube and type in Mean Gene Okerlund's outtakes, he has a funny one with Iron Sheik spitting at a turkey. Hot too. and now all these years, they had, everybody knows her. She was the Hot 2 girl. I'm going to spit on that thing in Hot 2. Instead of having their face, they had Iron Sheik face on it, like Hot 2. You're like, oh my God, Cheeky baby. Oh, nice. I forgot who wrote Real American. Rick something. Who was the one that wrote Real American?
Springfield?
I think it was.
Well, Sheik after you've been within Domino Senior, he go to tossed and a 5-0 call.
Oh God. And speaking of, now that we talked about Sheiky, you got to talk about George the Animal Steel, one of the craziest competitors in WWE and World Wrestling Federation history, man. The man used to eat a turnbuckle. He used to eat the damn pads off of the thing. But a very well-educated, after his wrestling career, he became a professor. He was a very intelligent guy.
Right. Heard that.
You know, we can't say that much about...
And Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, my God, yes. And if you even look at Nikolai Volkov, man, that guy was a body. Mm-hmm. He was stacked.
It was. You can see that.
I mean, like you said, Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat was a beast, but so young. You know, Barry Windham. I mean, his career was just skyrocketing, and then, hell, man, he'd been in great tag teams. One with Bray Wyatt, with Wyndham Rotundo's daddy, Mike Rotundo, part of the Four Horsemen, and then everybody's favorite, the West Texan Rednecks.
Yes, you could forget the Kurt Hennig.
Kurt Hennig and his... Was it his brother? His brother was in it?
His brother, if it was somebody else that was the third.
Yeah.
I have to look that up again.
And then you can't forget Curly Joe himself, Virgil.
Yeah.
And
so close, but yeah, so far away.
And nobody ever noticed, but at the time of this first
Y'all are listening
Saturday night's main
to
event,
ropes.
Captain Lou Albano was a big time in the music industry when he was a part of Cyndi Lauper's Girl Just Want to Have Fun.
Right. Kurt Hennig, Bobby Duncombe Jr., Barry Windham, Kendall Windham, and Curly Bill.
I know it's Bobby Duncan. I know who he was, but I think the only last survivor is Barry Windham, right?
I think so. Because, of course, passed away in February.
Yeah.
Not
Kendall's still around. Bobby Duncan, who passed away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, it was.
And the good guys win the first match.
I hate rap because it's crap.
Right. It's crap.
Rap is crap.
Yep. After sort off the turnbuckle pad and got attacked. So this is where Giorgino Steel went face.
He's the only guy that still hasn't been eliminated from WrestleMania 4.
Yeah.
That Battle Royal,
he was in it. George down.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He didn't get eliminated,
He never got eliminated. He was just standing outside, just dragging people from the ring. I'm like, George never let. To me, I think if George was around today, I think it'd be great. Okay, I got to ask you this, and I know the match is over. Out of the 6 guys in that match, who you think could compare? Who could go after it in their prime? Who you think could go up from the now roster, go up against the Iron Sheik?
Who would be a good match against the Iron Sheik?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that probably would be good matches against.
I got one. Iron Sheik versus Braun Breaker.
I did see on social media you won't get the big entrances at Saturday Night's main event this Saturday because they will be coming out of the main event as well.
Nice.
Meeting with their friend, Mr. Wonderful Wonder, for the first time since the month talking about wrestling in New York's Madison Square Garden 6 weeks ago, where they beat it by Mr. Hulk Hogan. Man, feels in the ring tonight, as you can hear. So let's go down and listen.
This must be where Mr. Wonderful pretty much turns face as well.
Let me tell you something, Ace. Get that corner.
Get in that corner, dunce.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Well, you talk in the Hall of Fame and left living from that first match. You look at these 3 guys. Only one of them is left living too.
Yeah. I mean, First match,
but
Blassie's
off here in the Hall of
gone.
Fame.
Blassie's gone. Shiki's gone. Nikolai's gone. George is gone. Hell, the entire team of Ricky Steamboat and Rotunda and Barry Windham are the only ones left from that team. They're all still living.
Yep.
Captain Lou's gone,
Right.
and then you got you got Piper and Orndorff gone. I mean, yeah, it's.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a time, man, that wrestling was getting hotter. I mean, if it wasn't for the Rock and Wrestling connection, I don't think WrestleMania would have even had a lick.
Right.
Let's face facts, man. I ain't no loser. In WrestleMania, it wasn't my shoulders that were pinned to the ground. It was your shoulders that were pinned to the ground by their lady. Well, let me tell you something. Where were you at? Where the you at? I was doing my job. You was doing your job. I taking it back to the dressing room. And you, oh, no. I was fighting. I was fighting Hulk. I was fighting everybody. You know what you were doing? You know what happened to you, man? I'll tell you what happened to you. You lost your guts, man. That's what I did. Here, I took you under my wing. You tell me you did. Let me tell you something, Piper. I'm going to tell you, you've been drinking too much of your water. Is what you've been doing.
What? What?
Right.
Let me tell you on the square, man. Let me tell you something on the square. I think you're nothing but a piece of... I'm slapping just as fast as you slap me. Let me tell you something, man. You're nothing but a piece of... Not only did you embarrass Ace, you embarrassed... You keep on forever. You stand up. No. What? Wait. If that's the way you're going to be, if that's the way you're going to be, I'm leaving. The heck with you.
For the first shot, I got caught. Of course, with the cast. Save Paul Orndorff?
Yeah, well, he's still wearing it still today.
I believe it. And I'm never heel.
Nope.
He must have stayed in line pretty much for a year, if not better.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
was part of
stood
that
in there.
event at WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, he stood in there until Wrestle.
Yeah.
I think he stood in there until WrestleMania 2 for a whole year, and then he joined. He turned on Hogan on an episode of, I think, Saturday Night. He turned on Hogan, wrestled Hogan, turned heel, was with Bobby Heenan, and then he turned on Bobby Heenan, and Oliver Humperdinck was his manager.
Alrighty.
But it's sad the way that Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff life ended. Broke and couldn't even afford a funeral.
Yeah. Crazy and sad. It's a WWF Championship on the line in the second match of a 4-match show. It's Saturday night's main event here, but you would have thought this would have.
Well, Hogan needed a spotlight.
Yeah, that's why you would have thought it would have been the main event.
Well, maybe.
I did pull a sound. What were you saying, Eddie?
I just like the music. I don't like the person. Okay, maybe back in 1985, he was my idol. I grew up watching him. I loved him. If you would have heard me back in 1985 and we were friends, I would have torn my shirt off anywhere.
Right.
And this is why my mother always. This is when my mother always got mad at me. She's like, "Honey, I am not buying you any damn shirts. You're gonna keep ripping my Hulk Hogan." Funny story, and I know it's a
blamer.
I know it's the holidays, and I bring up my mom, but funny story. She actually wrote Hulk Hogan a letter because I was still in contact with him at this time, and she says, "I appreciate you, my son, looking up to you, but can you please send me money for ripped shirts because of what he does? Every time he comes out, he goes, 'Mom, what you gonna do?'" You know, he was very nice to send my mom. He was very nice to send my mother $200, and he said in the thing, "I appreciate the little brother doing this, but tell him I will send him T-shirts of my own that he could rip."
Nice.
So I got about 15 Hulk Hogan T-shirts that he had, and I got ones that I wore myself, but I had ones that he had like that little rip there. And every time he comes out, I used to go, "What you gonna do?" And I used to do the whole pose and this and this. And my mom's like, "Oh, for the love of God."
Right. Imagine how they're going to be doing the entrances out of the crowd. How's Cody Rhodes going to be able to handle it without two different pyros?
Sparklers.
Yeah.
Hey,
on social media.
if Gilbert can do it, he can do it.
Right? I saw on social media today, whatever you call it, Triple H item, so as to speak, to Saturday night's main event as well.
Oh God! Tell me it's not China's little machine gun that she used to wear with pyro on it.
No, it's not that.
Oh, thank God.
No. Many people are for one night only. We're gonna see the wing.
Oh my God! I hope so. Why just bring it back?
That would be nice, but this is supposed to only be for one night only.
I know, but it would be nice for him to. Don't get me wrong. I love the Eagle Wing belt because it was part of my history as a fan, and I always hated that they got rid of that belt and went to that Attitude Era belt.
Yeah, same. There's a reason that the championship or WWF championship, besides that, but
I mean, look at the belt Hogan wearing 1985. It wasn't the Eagle Wing because that didn't come until the main event with Andre.
Right.
You know what's scary about this first night main event? Andre the Giant wasn't even a heel.
Right. I was looking at some of the results from the first couple of them, and I think it was the second Saturday night's main event. Hogan to go up against Big John Studd, and I don't remember who the partner of Big John Studd was, but
Bundy.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy. You're right.
Or like Heenan used to say, Bundy, 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 Bundy. Yeah.
Right. A little fact for anybody who might have NXT run, but Bundy is gotta have 5 from. Back in NXT, Big E wanted that 5 count instead of the 3 count.
Now he just wants to get back in the
King Kong Bundy always did. That is very true. I think he will.
Or his girl.
Seen rumors, and I hope it's true that we could between the New Day.
Or his girlfriend wants to get into the ring with the New Day.
Right? After the social media interaction last week.
Yo! Well, that's what you get when you're dating Meechan's sister.
Yeah. Yeah, Cowboy made a big mistake there because he's letting Hulk up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, don't let that happen.
Yeah, really. Boom. 1, 2. Throw him off the rope. Clothesline. And no. He didn't even hit the mat for the 2 until after the kick out. So really.
Vince McMahon and his old 1, 2. He got him. Nope, that was the 2. Like, calm yourself, buddy, okay?
Right. Nice maneuver, illegal maneuver. But no. Yep. Of course, Cowboy Bob made that superplex off the top rope, fame used mostly by his son, Randy Orton, these days.
I think.
Oh, it looks like a fan must have been trying to involve there. A bunch of police
I think Randy.
officers that looked like rushing over to the Piper side of the ring.
I think Randy used to use him when he first came into WWF, and then he hurt his shoulder.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Randy did the suplex off the second rope, and onto the floor. That's when we got them. That's when we got them stupid vignettes. I am like 45%, almost to 90. No, we don't give a shit.
Yeah, sure they are. That's why Mr. T's back to his feet.
Technically, it was 2 against 2.
Kinda. With them, but
If Hogan really wanted to help, he could hire the A-Team.
I'm sure.
Where a controversy is brewing concerning tonight's World Wrestling Federation Women's Championship match. Gene, can you fill us in? I'll tell you what I possibly can. I have with me challenger and longtime champion, longer than any other in history. The band is full of moments of
Still, so this act.
you're regaining that title belt.
That's right. I'm going to keep it forever this time. But now I want to tell you something. I'm sick and tired of all the and that bunch of geeks that's standing
And after it'll never be broken, unfortunately, found out about Moolah in the last couple of years. It's
Yeah.
passing.
and everything. You let me finish, Gino. Okay? I went to the high at WWF, and I couldn't have Cindy Bar. I am participating in my match. She is not allowed in the ring. Tonight, I'll give this paper to the referee and have her sent back.
Well, I get the general idea of that. Well, in all due respect, I'm going to have to see to believe. 28 years as champion. The chance of
How long?
regaining that title belt. Richter,
28 years.
Good Lord. Shit, she beats Bruno Sammartino.
That's why I said it's a record. Yeah.
I don't see WWE giving a wrestler 28 years as champion now.
No. Not in this.
No.
I mean, it was surprising to see 3.5 years, but
Oh my God. Never give Cindy Lauper a live mic. What the hell was that?
right?
She could have sing time after time and it still won't sound that bad as that promo.
Right.
Oh my God.
Let's go back to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is for the World Wrestling Federation Ladies Championship.
Ladies Champion.
The challenger, the fabulous Moolah.
Not the Women's World Championship or the Women's Championship, Ladies Championship.
What music is that shit?
That's what Cindy and Wendy were.
Wow.
This is, of course, the
It sounds like they
pre-main event because there's only 4.
the music sounds like they got it from a carnival.
Right?
has an important announcement. Nothing. The World Wrestling Federation has, due to flagrant interference from outside the ring, Cyndi Lauper has been banned from the arena for this championship match. Miss Lauper will have the floor area immediately. Oh my goodness. Cyndi Lauper will be ushered back. She is hot. It's a better bill for Cyndi Lauper than the Wrestling Federation. Really. The story here in the Coliseum is that Cyndi Lauper.
Well, she's still kind of on the floor into the crowd area where they're out the entrance way wise.
Here we go to Aaron. Oh, look at that. Oh, bigger than I've ever seen.
Okay, so you want us to give us your WrestleMania match card prediction. Well, first of all, it's December and it's too early, but I'm going to ask Tony about that. I think we will get Roman Reigns versus CM Punk because of the favor of Paul Heyman with War Games. So I predict it's going to be Roman versus CM Punk. Then I see Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship because I feel like Orton has to come back as a heel because the circumstances. I feel like he has to come back as a heel. Yeah.
Just first, do you think Roman Punk main event night 1 of WrestleMania?
Yes, I do predict that night 1 will be Punk and Roman because somewhere at Elimination Chamber, I think Paul Heyman turned on Roman. Because that's why I think the favor is going to... Yeah, or whatever, but yeah. I feel like night 1 is going to be Roman versus Punk when Paul Heyman's on Punk's side because it's a little too... Yeah. I would love to see Seth and Punk, but it looks like that's changing, and you got to go with the hot hand.
And gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just seen yesterday that there's Rollins could potentially happen on the first episode on Netflix on January 6th.
Yeah.
So then my other point to make there, I've also seen somebody say this: what if it's this Saturday night at Saturday night's main event and cost Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship to Kevin Owens?
Ooh. In my opinion, I don't see that happen. I don't see that happening right now because we don't have that full match that we're supposed to get with Owens and Orton. At some point, we have to get that match because we're supposed to get that at Crown Jewel.
I agree.
But it turned into a shit fest, and it never happened. So I feel like that match is going to happen once. And here's my prediction for February Royal Rumble. Punk wants to win the Royal Rumble. Punk wants to win the Royal Rumble. I get that.
Right.
I think it's going to come down to CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton. The final three.
I'm surprised by that final three, but okay.
I think Seth is going to be eliminated by Punk. And then, for some reason, I think that Punk is going to get eliminated by Seth Rollins, help outside the ring, and all that. And that will, then Punk will have to go to Paul Heyman and say, I'm turning in my favor. And then it's a lot of, because people want Randy Orton. He's in that same caliber as Stone Cold Steve Austin. He needs one more win. He needs one more win to be called a 3-time winner.
Right.
So,
As does John Cena.
and so does John Cena. But I don't see Cena. He's coming back in February. I see Cena going a different way. What is one of the titles that John Cena hasn't held?
Intercontinental.
I would love to see at WrestleMania John Cena, Braun Breaker.
Potentially could happen.
Yeah.
So, but if you go that route, who's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion and what's the world title match at WrestleMania?
The World Heavyweight title.
Is that Roman Punk for the world title?
Yeah. I feel at some point.
You think Roman's
I feel like if they switch major titles, I think Gunther will lose it to Roman.
So actually, I feel like from what it's looking like and sounding like, we could potentially see championship move over to Raw and Gunther in the world title move over to SmackDown. So
I see him being in Cody at some. I don't see Roman in the Royal Rumble match. I see him one-on-one with Cody Rhodes.
Will be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
Could be.
This thing with Punk is putting a twist to something. You know, it's a long way, so maybe we'll get some good matches. You know, I wish we will see Big E against the New Day, and maybe you have Wayne Barrett as his tag team partner.
Let's see.
I mean, we just have to worry about who's going to be the new United States Women's Champion.
Right. That'll be decided this Saturday night's main event, and then of course the second Saturday night's main event in January is more than likely where we'll crown the first.
I know we might be getting, if it's true, we're going to get Jade Cargill against Bianca Belair at Mania.
Yeah. What?
There's so many.
Be for a title, and which title?
I don't know. There's so many goddamn. Oh, that's nice. I like that holiday back.
There's a few of them real quick.
Yeah. Okay, that one looked like Romantically in Love.
Can't fully. Santa's in the middle there.
Sorry, Santa. Nope, I don't know what the hell that was. That looks real weird. Yeah, it's
Mother's Day, you would not want to lose this match. His mom so close to ringside.
One more after this.
well, that one's nice. But I like the one with the garland around the.
Yeah.
I like the one with the garland with the lights. That one looks nice for us.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It still looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish we could give you more about what the WrestleMania predict on the card. It's just it's way too soon to predict it because everything starts in January. Oh, I'm sorry. Everything starts in February to the road to WrestleMania.
First, the Royal Rumble. March 1st, the Elimination Chamber.
I would give you maybe some. I would give you some good pointers, but it's really hard to predict who's going to be in what. Because now that WWE is moving to Netflix next month, you don't even know what's the card's going to look like for WrestleMania. It's hard. It's hard, because we're just fans like you. We could think who it's going to be, but you got to prepare for injuries or stuff like that. So you don't really know what's going to happen.
Not to get off, but Junkyard Dog just won a squash match, and they wanted him to celebrate with his mom because it was right around Mother's Day. But to me, that shouldn't have been the main event match because they do have another segment after the match. But it shouldn't have been the main event match, in my opinion.
No, I love the way he used to talk.
Happy tag team champions, the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
Gene Mean.
She sat there and too late. I wish I can have him in the ring. Try to my mother, everything my mother can fly a bro. I have mother. Fred Flash. Who in the world? This is my mother, Laura. Is your mother, Laura?
Yeah, right. She's younger.
Because without your mothers, we your mom on this eve of Mother's Day. You know me, Gene. This is a very special day with a special victory. I've got a lot of good friends who make it mean, Gene. I thank you very much. Full confident blasting. Thank you very much. As if you will. Oh, please. Send me Ricker and Mother 3. You've got what a party.
Thank you very much. I hope everybody's having a good time, Mom. Oh, yes, I'm having a wonderful time. Pleased about this special occasion because now mothers all over the world will be so recognized they've done for their children. I love you, Mom.
I'll tell you what this is. Wait a minute. What is this?
going on here, me? Gene?
What are you doing?
What wasn't invited? How can you have party without inviting the fabulous Lula. What is going on here? What do you mean, just a second? I have a beautiful daughter, and I didn't raise her like she raised you. And I tell you something.
Uh-oh.
Then you look worse than you look on the video. I'm going to tell you that. And this left over your mother told me where I come. Worse than a scare.
She looked.
Scoop you up and take you away with the other clothes or whatever you are. What you call fashion. Oh, yourself a mother. Latrine. She looks more like latrine to me.
Uh-oh. There goes all over Gene and mostly on Gene, though.
Okay, I'm going to be heading for the drive. Oh, boy. We'll get you back. Control.
So funny. It was my mother's birthday that day too. May 11th of 1985. That was my mother's birthday.
Oh, yeah? Huh.
What about Hogan's sensational victory?
Well, she told me, "Oh, my son, it's my birthday, Mother's Day. How many gifts you getting me? One."
What do you mean one? You should have got.
It's all right. I draw her a picture. Or I thought it was a picture.
There you go. Yeah.
I drew her a picture in crayon and there were balloons. I said, "That's it. I don't know what." Draw me a picture of you. I said, "You want me to look in the mirror?"
Right? They made it sound like they're going to come back and have another match, and then they come back and say, well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I know, right?
Have a good night.
Well, that's what you get when you have cake all over your face. You know, you can't read the prompter. End of segment, end of show. Thanks for coming.
Well, yeah, but Vince and Jesse said it before they went to the last commercial, and then they come back and they say, oh, thanks for watching. And the show's over.
Hey, one thing I got to say about Classy Freddie Blassie, his mother was very beautiful. I mean, look at Jerry Lawler's mother, an absolutely beautiful woman. When he wrestled Bret the Hitman Hart.
True. So, it's a Mother's Day edition. Nice man, big thing coming off of WrestleMania, but they would have played off that, but they didn't. That's okay. But upcoming Saturday, as we said talk about this, is the return of Saturday night's main event. NBC. I didn't realize there was a point in time where Saturday night's main event aired on Fox in about 92, 93 area. It's like, oh, that's NBC, but
yeah,
I didn't know they had it. But back here on NBC and Peacock as well, which I'll probably just watch on Peacock because I don't know really about the commercials.
Yeah.
Thankfully. 5 matches scheduled for that. Of course, we don't know the state championship match, but we'll get that match first. The 4 women that are left, of course, you got Bayley, Stratton, potentially could be the 2 going in against each other. Meechin and Chelsea Green are the other 2 that are final 4 in the tournament. This is Bayley this upcoming Friday on SmackDown, and then you got Meechin versus final match. That's going to be interesting to see who the final 2 are. I'm kind of personally hoping that it's Meechin and Chelsea Green that end up in the finals against each other.
I would have said Bailey and Tiffany, but why would you put the belt? Maybe you'll give Bailey the win over Meechin
Yeah.
because you want that first champion to be credibility, make that title prestigious. I'm
Right.
going this way, and I could be wrong because we're not doing any projection. This is what we feel. The finals, I would love to see Bailey versus Chelsea Green.
Well, that can't happen because the Chelsea Green.
I'm sorry, but I would love maybe. Okay, that sucks. Let's flip it. Let's do it the other way. Maybe. All right. How about me? How about Meechin and Bailey? That'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be a good match. Interesting.
Because why would you give it to Chelsea Green when? I'm sorry.
Hey, she's put in the work. She deserve it. You're fine.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Meechin's the one that should be the inaugural champion.
No, I agree with you.
That's
I'm just saying it's hard to say Tiffany Stratton should get it because why would you give it to her when she has her Money in the Bank briefcase that she could cash in at any time?
Exactly.
It makes no sense with her.
Right.
I feel like she should have never been, and this is just me. I feel like she should have never been in the tournament.
With that, they had technically had others they probably could have put the SmackDown women's roster. I don't know who they didn't put in that tournament besides the women being nice. But I'm sure they could have found somebody. I mean, Shots did return at NXT, potentially been in the tournament, depending on if she was cleared or not. But I digress. Other action, of course, we've got. Well, we'll get into it. We got 3 other title matches. The one match that isn't a title match is going to be very personal. That, of course, being Sami and Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, this one's a really tough one for me. You have to give Drew McIntyre this win. Just coming off that brutal, bad blood match with Punk and when the Hell in a Cell match. Sami has been doing a good run. Just won War Games again. I feel like Drew got to win this one because you don't want him to start off with something like this and be like, wow, he just lost just coming back from that long. He lost his last 2 matches to CM Punk. It's not a good look.
Right. It wouldn't be if he lost again. Drew's got to pick up the win and new rivalry. Him going after the bloodline, which makes complete sense that he's doing it personally, in my opinion. Drew's got to pick up the win. This will help him, and he's going to be a great person to have him in the ring with for his first match back after 2 months off because it's Sami Zayn. But that's all that needs to be said about that. Should be a really fun match, though. Then, like I said, we got the 3 other title matches. We'll kick off with first the triple. You got Finn Balor, Priest, and the Ring General. Yes, you're shaking your head. Priest cost you not only at SummerSlam but at Survivor.
And I'm not even in the goddamn match, and I still like that motherfucker. Finn Balor better not win that title. You know.
Right.
I am gonna go off track because I don't want to do this because I love my boy. But damn it, Gunther's going to win. Because we need to get that one-on-one confrontation between Priest and Balor. I mean,
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
we need to get that. And plus, the Judgment Day is cracking within. You can see it. And
Right.
to me, I think the B team of this new version of Judgment Day is it's okay, but it looks like Finn is so possessive of winning that title. I think he's going to screw himself.
Probably. We have this not trade window, but that they're talking to move superstars. I'm thinking pick up technically of Judgment Day. I could see them actually doing and it's quite a few people moving if they do it this way, I feel like, but Dominic, Liv, Raquel, perhaps. We'll get into that in a second. Over to Friday night, perhaps Carlito and Finn Balor staying on Raw, but Finn's supposed to be getting a major push in singles competition as starting at the beginning of the year. So I have a feeling this is going to be pretty much with this whole trade deadline or whatever you want to call it going in Raw on Netflix. And we'll see Finn go. So I could easily see the rest of Judgment Day, or at least because I think we see him last Friday. So I could see with the cracks that we've seen over the last few weeks, Dominic being like, hey, we don't need Finn, we don't need Carlito, stay over on Raw too. And that'll be their way out of it. But JD and Finn, I don't think come champions anymore either. So
oh, no, I agree with you. I think this Monday night on Raw, the War Raiders will be the new tag team champions. Hands down.
Right.
I mean, I see it there. There's something with the Judgment Day that I feel like you're right, and then there's some pieces I think. I see Liv and Dominic staying, and Raquel staying on Raw, because you don't want to mix with the chemistry that you have with Rhea. Rhea Ripley is going to be on Raw. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Maybe just put Carlito and McDonough and Finn on SmackDown, and
They could do
leave
that.
Dominic on there, because I still think that Dominic, without the Judgment Day, and he has proved it, I think he can have a title run. Not the major title, but I think he maybe possibly could be the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I could see that. Could you imagine? You mentioned Braun Breaker, but could you imagine it being Dominic Cena for the Intercontinental Champion?
That would be good. You know, I feel like Finn needs to be on his own. No offense, I know they did this to. I feel like we need. All right, there's two things I like about Finn. He is a great heel. He is a great heel. He is working his craft.
Yep.
Carlito could go to NXT, as much as I don't want to say that. I feel so little.
Just testing things out. Keep going.
I feel so little. I feel like Carlito could go to NXT. It's not nothing to break down Carlito. I just don't think he's since he came back, he's been just a lackey. I mean,
They could use him to put over talent in NXT.
If I was WWE, and I know this is going to sound weird, you really want to exchange somebody from NXT to go up to the main roster and Carlito goes down? Trick Williams needs to come up. So that means Ahmed Johnson becomes the new NXT champion at New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I see that. Unfortunately,
there's a couple of NXT people that need to come up, and I'm going to name them off to you. Trick Williams needs to come up. Yep. Ethan Page.
Yep.
I know he's on a slump, but Ethan Page on the main roster. The family. Tony D'Angelo, Stacks, and all of them should come up. Because they could be the new version of the full-blooded Italians. I
do.
Then if you do the woman one, you got to put Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez up on the main roster. They're ready.
Right.
Not that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some people that need to come up that has been in NXT too long.
Yeah.
I know this would be the shocker one. I feel like Lexis King should come up.
I'm liking the storyline NXT right now, so I come up, but I want to see where it goes first.
Yeah. And I feel like, and I don't know if you feel like this, Nexium, Exium, or whatever the fuck his name is, and Nathan Frazier should come up to the main roster. Oh, they will. Who are they wrestling this next week?
They're going up against Dallas on Tuesday, and that'll face Ahmed Johnson as well the same night.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to I don't know why Gallus. It should be somebody else.
Right.
But there's some guys, but I feel like, like I said, the Judgment Day needs to separate. I mean, you keep Liv, and then whenever Becky returns, Raw's going to be good. There's some people that need to. The most help roster in the women's division is SmackDown. They need a shitload of help in that women's division.
And the star power is there more so.
That's a problem, right?
But I will say that there's one person that could replace that women's division, and we know she will be on, and she's going to be returning soon. Woo!
Oh, yeah, of course. Her man's there. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, I hate going up against my boy Priest, but I lost twice around. I'm not going 0-3 in this bitch again. So if he wins the title, I'm just gonna put my hands up like, what the fuck? I do not pick you this time, and then you win, you son of a bitch. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I know we veered off track a little bit there, but yeah, I think Gunther is going to retain the World Heavyweight Championship match. Rumor is saying that one of the 3 titles is supposed to change hands at Saturday Night's Main Event. We'll get into that a little bit more, in my opinion-wise, anyways. Line speaking of Liv Morgan, she defended against Io Sky?
It's hard to say this, but I want EO to win. I think Liv Morgan's title reigns are getting a little stale. It's stuck. It's stuck in this time warp. Hell, it's back to 1985 with her title reign. You know, but
No.
because what we saw Monday night with Rena and EO, that will be a good match without Liv Morgan involved. I still think Liv is a great competitor, but she's in this stalemate. It's always every time she's women's champion, and I know you know this too. Any major title she holds, it's stale. It gets stale after a couple of months.
Right. But yeah, as much as I'd like to see, I've got a different direction I'm going with that. After what we've seen this past Monday, and no one, I think Liv's wins. So here's where I'm going with it, though. Rhea really gets a rematch at the Royal Rumble, first episode of Raw on Netflix, whichever one of the two. That's when Rhea Ripley takes off of Liv Morgan. Sky wins the Women's Royal Rumble match. We get Io Sky championship at WrestleMania.
That's another good reason too. I like both scenarios, but hopefully they promote her better than they did with Bayley last year. This year, sorry.
It'll be so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I'm. To of course the main event match at Saturday night's main. Kevin Owens, the prize fighter, won Mayor Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship.
I'm gonna let you go first because I've been in between with this one to figure out what I feel like it's gonna happen.
Right
But let me go. You want me to go first? Okay.
Along with this, but
okay.
So I'm thinking Cody's probably going to retain. See, though, is something I see all over social media. I would love to see him the WWE champion. WWE champion. He's lost so many the opportunities to be either Universal or WWE champion over the last few years. It's Universal champion. Same fact for Finn Balor for them. Do I having it for very long? Like it would help out Kevin Owens in the long that he's having to be able to say that he's a former WWE champion, undisputed WWE champion, whatever you want to call it. I think he wins it like Royal Rumble or somewhere around for the Rumble, but that's what I'm gonna go with. And Cody's probably gonna end up winning and retaining. Maybe the world heavyweight title change hands, but they are saying one of those titles is more than likely going to change hands. One of the three.
Yeah.
Titles.
I don't see Cody's dream ending anytime soon. I agree with you that I feel like he will keep the title due to maybe, like you said to me when we were watching when I was here in Saturday Night Main Event. Do we see Randy Orton? Make his return and cost Kevin Owens the WWE title. It could, and maybe
That
that
could
would be
happen.
the start of. Maybe that would be the start of the push for Randy Orton for WrestleMania. You know, it comes, but I do see Cody winning. Don't want to say that, but I do see it, and because Cody's title reign, I know he's living his dream of his daddy, but it really hasn't been that exciting.
I mean, he's had great matches.
He has some great matches, but it's been like, what was the last time he defended that title? What, like, was it against Kevin Owens?
That's say, or wasn't. He's had his matches with AJ, matches with KO,
And
a
then,
match with KO,
and then Solo.
teamed with Roman. Now Solo would have been last one, did?
I think it was his last single match was, I think it was against Solo Sikoa.
With the title on the line, anyway.
Yeah. And
His
then
last single.
Yeah, and then he's been on all these damn tag team matches.
Right.
I know why he's been on these damn tag team matches. Fucking Teddy Long is the creator of this damn thing.
Teddy Long's the booker of SmackDown. That could be. All right. Either way, it'll be fun to see Senator back on commentary once again. Jesse the Body and Michael Cole doing commentary on Saturday night. Jesse said on social media, sold outfits. It'll be
Oh, good Lord.
interesting to see how extravagant of an outfit.
Good Lord. Which one?
And who knows? 1985 from the first ever Saturday Night's Main Event.
Oh, good Lord.
But either way,
the one I like when he was dressed like a mafia guy with the fedora. That was the one that I liked, but
yeah, you can pull that one out. It'll be interesting to see how him and Michael Cole work together on calling those 5 matches. Supposed to be some surprises involved at Saturday Night's Main Event as well. We'll see what happens with that, for promo wise or whatever.
I hope it isn't who I think.
You never know.
I hope it's not who I think it is that's been rumored to come back. Because I think Jesse Ventura will walk off because he hates the guy like I do. So,
Oh, Hulk. Yeah, well,
yeah,
we'll see what happens. We shall see. On Saturday night, see what goes down, and then they'll have the end of January 25th in San Antonio. We'll see where things go from there. Great to have Saturday Night's Main Event back as part of the NBC contract with the other things that I've seen rumored. WWE might be looking to move off of Peacock after the end of next year. WWE stuff to another streaming platform, which I say, why not just a case? But we'll see what happens with that. Rumors claiming that AJ Styles' time in WWE as well after this most recent injury because it's 25. We'll see what happens with that as well. Keep an eye out on that. WWE wise comes to an injury in that match with Carmelo, but or don't change for that one. We'll be back on the air probably The specific date, arcades, WCW Arcades, one of the old classics. We haven't decided which one exactly. Possibly the Saturday after Christmas, both available, because I know I've got that day off on the 28th of December.
Believe me, I'll be off. It's after Christmas. Like, I'm gonna go anywhere. You know. But
a lot of big things.
But I was gonna talk to Tony, and I'll mention to people here. I was thinking maybe one day when we're in New York and you want to do a show when I'm in the hotel, be like, live from New York, it's Eddie. You know?
Well, we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
It's not right? That would be pretty cool.
It'd be like I could step into a bodega.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
What type of sandwich do you want? I got bacon, egg, and cheese for dinner. Yeah.
That's not good right now.
Oh.
That coming up, several GLWA shows, unfortunately. Sorry, Hayden. We will try and play catch up at some point in time with you guys' shows. It's just been, we do have a busy January coming up because we'll be doing our Royal Rumble retrospectives. So be on the lookout for that. We'll try to get one in per week again, as we did with the Slam and WrestleMania this year. We'll do for WrestleMania time next year, but we will figure something out for that. When that time comes, that until April. I've got nothing else for the rest of the show anyway.
Well, I do have something to say, and I know this is not wrestling related. How dare you, Juan Soto, go to the New York Mets? That really pissed me off. How dare you go to the World Series with the New York Yankees, and we offer you 16 years, $760 million with a $16 million signing bonus. And you go to the Mets for 15 years, $765 million, and you get a $75 million bonus. Hey, I'm going to say this. I never did this, but I've been trying to hold my tongue on this. For the first time in my life, I took a New York Yankee t-shirt and I cut it up because I was disgusted that you went to the Stepchilds in Queens. And I said, how dare you? How dare you go and you do that to the New York Yankees? Hey, you were good, but you were not that good. Okay? Yeah, you helped us get to the World Series, but you couldn't come back to us, you piece of crap. And I said, I've been holding this in since that deal came down. I said, oh, look at our lineup for first one, Soto. You have somebody backing you up. You got Frankie Lindor. You got Francisco Lindor backing you up. Who else is going to back you up? Is the New York Mets going to hire the whole characters from McDonald's? Are you going to have Grimace backing you up as a DH, you son of a bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tony. I know this is not a baseball. This is not a baseball program. But damn, I've been holding this in for a long time. Now I got friends in New York like, oh, we got Juan Soto. I love my boys. I love you. You've been my homies. You've been my homies for a long time. But right now, I can't stand you, motherfuckers.
Right? No, that's perfectly fine. Messaged you with the Mets. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I know. I'm so pissed off. I'm like, I'm so pissed off that I was gonna actually take a trip to New York and piss on Citi Field. You know, like, yeah, this is what you get when you piss off every Yankee fan, you moron. Hey, when you had Nick Dortero from NYPD Blues, one of the greatest shows I used to watch back in the day, saying, you know what, Juan Soto, fuck you. So right back at you, Juan Soto. Oh, everybody, I'm gonna go to a team that's not gonna win a world. They haven't won a World Series since 1986, and they're not gonna win one in the 15 years you're there. So bite me, Juan Soto.
Passion. Yeah, we both care about baseball quite a bit about it that much on
Yeah.
here. So it'll be interesting to see if Juan Soto's.
It already did. It already did. It went into the fucking smelliest, sewers, and he went to Queens. It smells like a toilet there. So why the hell would anybody care? I got a friend named Jessica Cruz, and I know she might want to watch this, so I'm going to say to her, I know that you're a New York Yankee fan, but how dare you go to a Met game and wear a Met jersey? I am taking away the New York Yankee sponsor card. You can't step into Yankee Stadium until you get approval by me. You get approval by
Well, I don't blame you on that one. She went
Oh.
in City Field and wore. Sure.
I can admit, I've been to Shea Stadium, but the New York Yankees were playing the Mets in the World Series in 2000. I went there because I want to support my team. I will never in the rest of my life ever step into a garbage stadium that is what is called City Field. It looks like, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not cruel to people, it looks like a homeless shelter.
Well,
I'm very upset because now every news reporter is saying, "Oh, the Mets are the big brothers of New York." Listen, until you win a World Series, New York Mets, you're still the bitch of New York.
and can hear you, lovely wife Trina.
Yes, yes, we are very upset. We are very too upset New York Yankee fans right now. Yeah. Yes, my wife is upset too.
We hear that.
And my pastor's wife is a Met fan. Oh, I know I'm going to hear this when I see her on Sunday. Oh, did you see who we got? I'll just going to say to her, may God bless you in your future endeavors. Yeah. Okay, now I'm calmed down, so let's go back to what we're going to do. I am terribly sorry that I ruined the show of Pissed Off Yankee Fan.
It does kind of blend into where Saturday night's main event will be this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, I was so pissed when I saw that. I'm like, I was so pissed off. I was like, Tony, I was like this to myself, like, he went to where? What is he gonna do with the Mets? He's just gonna be Hamburger's bitch. So, it's like, he's gonna be Hamburger's bitch, Grimace's, he's gonna hold Grimace's luggage.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch AEW than watch a New York Mets game.
That tells you something.
I'm Trina's playing the game, so I'm like, yeah. Well, I don't want to watch. The only thing I will watch there to see Powerhouse Hobb whip somebody's ass.
Right.
Yeah. But Merry Christmas and to all a good night, and to all you Met fans, I got 2 words for you. You might know what it is. Yeah.
She pizza.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We're trying to keep a clean show here.
Oh, yes. And say thank you to everybody who's watching. A couple people that left comments during the show. Thank you to everybody who's watched this year. I mean, we'll get into that just
No, I can't do it
briefly. Do wish a Merry Christmas / to everybody watching, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever celebrate. With that, we will catch you guys. But it'll be after Christmas. Have a good night. We'll see you in the next one.